Weekend's big game. For those of you hosting a watch party, you're probably already thinking about the food, the setup, and how to get the best viewing experience. Chances are your guests will also want to connect to the internet while you're streaming the game. Jonathon Braender from AT&T joining us now to help us tackle everything from the best internet apps and options and the tastiest dip and chicken wings too. Jonathon, thanks so much for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Awesome. So first, just tell us all you have here. Of course, we know internet, but you also mentioned fiber and everything too.
Yeah, so the big game requires big connectivity. So we have our AT&T fiber, which delivers speeds up to 5 gigs in available areas across the coast. So that is one way to connect to stream that game, as well as AT&T Internet Air. That's designed for folks that maybe just haven't been built out into the fiber expansions yet. Gives them big time speeds and reliability on America's most reliable 5G network.
Yeah, now kind of just talk to me about the difference between G and TB. What are the difference in terms of speeds? Because if you're watching the game, you're streaming, and you have other people connecting on their phones and different devices, we don't want any lagging during this game.
Right, yeah, 100%. I mean, speed is going to be big time nowadays because we have so many devices that are connected, and when folks are coming over to watch those games with you this weekend, or that game, it's only one now, but
yeah.
Watch that game with you this weekend, they're going to want to connect their phones. Maybe they're bringing kids with them that are going to be playing video games, things like that. So we have those speeds up to 5 gigs in select areas down here that you go up to 5 gigs, you can run a business while you're watching the game, while you're playing video games.
And that's less than TB, right?
Yes.
The gigabytes versus, okay. Just trying to understand the terminology here. Now, you also have this tablet as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So it kind of goes along with what I've got here. This is the actual streaming device that would connect to the TV and then pair to that fiber or internet air connection. But this is our DirecTV via internet. So no more satellites are required when you have this type of connectivity. You don't need to rely on a satellite anymore. So you can, of course, watch it at home, but on the go as well. So even if you're not home for the big game, you can watch it from anywhere. I've watched football from restaurants that weren't streaming.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you got to stay connected with those games, especially this time of year. You gotta stay plugged in.
Oh yeah, and if you're going to be anything like me, maybe at work, you have some people probably didn't take off for this big game, and that will definitely come in handy.
100%.
Yeah. Now you also tell me about some apps that people can probably search for some different recipes and things on their phone.
Yeah, a big game needs big connectivity, but if you're going to have a big time event, you got to have good food. You
gotta
have good drinks. If the food's not on point, I'm leaving. So
I agree.
There are a couple of apps that you can download on your smartphone, namely the Tasty app. Gets all your recipes. We don't want the same old chicken wings, so find that new recipe on there. And then a new app that I started using is Cocktail Flow. Okay. I got a lot of cocktail supplies for Christmas that I can make my old fashions and other beverages of choice there. So that'll just help you really knock it out of the park when it comes to the Super Bowl get together.
Oh yeah, for sure. And before we go, Jonathon, anything that customers probably need to check in with their providers about, if they want to up their speed or add on some different things, do they need to do that probably ahead of time?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, today would be the best day to do it. Like if you're going to make that change, stop by your local provider. Come and see me in D'Iberville at the AT&T store in front of Target. We'll get you connected either to that 5 gigs of speed of fiber or internet air that is delivering speeds up to 200 gigs here on the coast with no wired connection or anything, and we can have you watching come Sunday.
All right. Well, Jonathon, thanks so much. And whether you're going for the Chiefs or the Eagles, you're still going to need some internet. Hope you guys enjoy the game.